I feel like it is a 99.9% shot that they are upgrading the wide receiver position in the offseason.
But I've said that for the last
No,
two years.
I think this is the year it changes. I think it changes.
I don't know. I agree with Dan.
I think it changes unless something dramatically changes.
Just not ready to get hurt again.
Welcome back to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. Mike Catalana, Dan Fates. I am Jenna Cottrell. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We are going to get into the trade deadline, hearing from Brandon Beane today. But first, Michael, we have something special coming up tomorrow.
We're back on the road. Pittsford Pub. If you've been to Bill's training camp before, it's right down the road from there. Maybe you've even been to the pub. We'll be there 5 to 7. This is Thursday. And then the podcast live from 7 to 8. Mm-hmm. The road show continues.
We
the
love
Buffalo
it.
Plus tour continues, sponsored by Bud Light. Great deals, Pittsford Pub. Be there.
Got to be fun. The meets, the greets, all that great stuff. The podcasting as well. All right, we are here in the building right now.
In the building.
The trade deadline was on Tuesday. It is Wednesday. We got to hear from Brandon Beane today. The Bills obviously not making any trades, not making any moves as the deadline has come and gone. Mike, we got to hear from Beane today. What did you think of what he had to say?
I found it to be kind of, I'll say, interesting in this way. Do I think they were desperate, that they had to make a move? I won't use the word desperate, but I do think if there was a move to make, this was the time to get it done. And it's funny, if you'd have asked me 2 weeks ago, I would have said maybe even corner. I would have said maybe safety. I would have said maybe defensive tackle. Right now, I'm just saying wide receiver. They needed a guy to play on the outside. And that doesn't mean it's guaranteed. Like, oh, I want Garrett Wilson. The Jets are going to trade him to me. But, man, I think that was a move that needed to be made one way or the other. I know it's not always that easy, but that's the part I was frustrated with.
But looking and being sounded a little dejected.
Yeah.
Like you were talking about desperate. Like he felt like a guy that wanted to do something, wanted to improve the team. That's what he constantly was. I think that was the one point he kept driving home today, was like, I was trying to improve the team. Mike, you asked him, like, hey, did the Kansas, or was it Sean?
No, I asked him about,
like, hey, did that Kansas City game sway you one way or another? And he's like, that made me look harder. Like, that was what they really wanted to improve the roster more. Now, wasn't able to get it done. And I also didn't see a ton of wide receivers that did get dealt. And Beane made the point, not defending him, just saying that he said, you hear the rumors, and it's a big list. And then you see the actual players that were traded. It was a small list. He talked about the salary cap. Could have made things work. We all know how my thoughts are on the salary cap. But, Shaheed going to Seattle, I think that was one that people thought about, was a guy that was linked to the Bills.
Mm-hmm. And they give up decent amount of draft capital for that.
Correct. And Jacoby Myers was never really it for me. So besides that, I didn't think there was a difference maker. I think that some of the wide receivers, like those guys, like mid-level, I think the Bills have mid-level wide receivers now, mid to bottom tier wide receivers. But he did also understand, Mike, the frustration within the fan base. Jenna, even Josh talked about it.
Yeah, he did. And I do think I want to have a soundbite here of what Brandon Beane said about his frustrations and how he did try throughout the night.
It takes two to tango, and we tried on quite a few, and a lot was just, we're not moving them, and some was, we ran into, a couple teams in our division were trading and couldn't get a lot of interest there. Believe me, I went home as mad as any other fan, or as mad, like I wanted to do things. I'm always wanting to do things to make this team better. We're usually very active. I'm always active. We put a lot of work in. Sometimes you look back at, when you go home last night and feel like, damn, that was a waste of time.
Yeah, so it takes two to tango, which makes sense. But I do understand the frustrations from a lot of the fan base saying, like, this team is good, but is there not the opportunity to make this team even better?
Listen, I totally understand what he's saying. And when I say, God, I wanted to see him make that move, Shaheed's a good example. Yeah. They gave up good amount of capital for him. I think that Seattle offense is starting to get really good. That's in the other conference. But the idea is, okay, if you turned around and said to New Orleans, we'll give you a 1 for him, you could get him. That
Yeah.
would not be smart. I understand that there is parameters that is being a smart general manager and relying on the rest of your team. It's just, I think it's honestly, to me, the frustration is this could have been addressed in the offseason and not at the trade deadline.
And he did also talk about how he alluded to the fact that he reached out to the Jets, who obviously were having a fire sale seemingly, and there wasn't a lot of interest, which is understandable. A divisional team, I wasn't really shocked to see that they weren't going to move from a Garrett Wilson and send him to someplace else in the division.
I find it sometimes weird when Beane explains his job like we don't know what he does. And there are some things I'm sure we do not understand the complete intricacies, but he's like, it's not fantasy football. It's like, nobody's making that comparison. But I did like, and I thought it was kind of funny where he's like, every player has a price. He goes, 99% of the players have a price. And that's where I struggle. Our good friend Jeremy White tweeted out like, oh, we didn't want to give up a first. And then teams drafting late in the first round are like, well, we only had 11 first-round grades. Like, so make a move. But I understand not. Rashid
I did
you
the
were there.
same thing.
Shaheed is
yes.
not worth a first-round pick. Like, that is not for a rental. Like, Chris Olave didn't get traded. Jacoby Myers. Again,
Yeah.
I admit on that. So I understand, and again, I did think that Beane kind of drove home the point of like, we were trying. Like, it didn't work. Understanding, even Josh talked about the fan base. Like, yeah, he was asked, like, he kind of said, I'm sticking with our guys. We have faith in our guys. Both Sean and Brandon said we have a championship caliber roster. And Josh was kind of pressed by like, why do you say that the fans were frustrated? Like, and you understand their sentiment. And he paused for a while and then said, national narratives?
Yeah.
The media narratives?
Yeah.
So it's like, Josh is aware of it as well.
Yeah.
Josh also expressed extreme confidence in the passing game and all the pass catchers and stuff like that, which obviously is what they're going to say.
Yeah, that's what you say. You have this team. It's not going to have a dramatic new face coming in.
Yep.
So, and maybe there is the belief, and Josh was asked about how his faith, he was asked if his faith in the wide receiving core continues to grow because there's still things in this playbook that we have not seen and the opportunity for players to grow in that way. And he said, yes, that's why he always will have confidence in this wide receiver room. That's what you're supposed to say.
It is.
Which
but
is fine.
I do-
I get why he said that.
Yeah, I do wonder when it
Company line.
is,
Yeah.
and he's
And
the
Josh
quarterback,
is-
and
yeah.
he's got to make it work. And Brandon Beane's correct when he also said, I think of all the pass catchers, which he's right. It's
Yes.
the tight ends and all. To me, it goes back to the same thing that it always does. They're going to win games. They're going to win Sunday in Miami. They're going to beat those teams. They looked really good against the Chiefs.
Yep.
To me, it's for that 1 or 2 or 3 plays in the playoffs. That's where it is. Now, maybe somebody else steps up. Honestly, we saw Josh Palmer at practice today. Hopefully for Palmer that he can get back on the field. At least he has shown that. I'm concerned a little bit about, and so are other people, about Keon going forward because they're starting to embrace the other parts of the game.
Mm-hmm.
The comments are, he's learning more, and this is true to be a wide receiver. And then we talked to Khalil Shakir about it. He said, everybody's got to learn that. And I think all this is true. It's like, you got to learn that you're not going to get the ball on every play. You might have to block. You have to clear out the zone. You got to do all that. This league doesn't wait for you. It doesn't wait. We're halfway through this year, and I know he's only in the
crazy.
second year, but you're going to need him. And I think they've almost like pulled it back in a little bit. Now, to your point, a lot of times, maybe that's good in a way because there'll be less targets and they'll get the targets to other people who can contribute more. But, man, if you're hoping that he's ascending, I don't know if they feel that way.
Less Keon Coleman on the field is better for this Bills offense. It just is. They are better in jumbo packages.
Yeah.
It helps James Cook. Like, they've embraced even the offense. And I asked Josh, like, we heard Sean say this past week, like, the defense had a nasty attitude, and that's how you be successful. And I said, like, can that translate to the offense? And he's like, it starts with the offensive line and all of those kind of things and that mindset. I like all those things. I just don't know if Keon's a part of that mindset. And they continue to compliment what his impact is in the running game. Okay, I think that's where the offense is going. 27 carries for James Cook, only 23 passes or 26 passes for Josh Allen, like this past week. they just seem to be going away from Keon, which is fine, which is good in the grand scheme. If you look at it in the small, minute season, you're adapting. You're making it work with what you have.
You're finding the formula to win.
But then you zoom out and you're like, that was a second-round pick, man.
Yeah.
That was a big pick.
I'm going to ask you guys a question. We're
No.
dealing with all this. We're hearing about it now. So a lot of football and then the playoffs to come. I feel like it is a 99.9% shot that they are upgrading the wide receiver position in the offseason.
But I've said that for the
I
last
was
2
gonna say,
years.
I think this is
I-
the year it changes. I think it changes.
I don't know. I
No,
agree with Dan.
I think it changes unless something dramatically changes in terms of Keon Coleman.
Just not ready to get hurt again.
The reason I bring it up
I
is
can't get my hopes up.
We've been team wide receiver for years.
I know we
And
have.
Even in the but even in the draft when they drafted Keon, we're like, oh, they'll take at least 2. They just took Keon, so I'm not going to get my hopes up that this year
believe?
they're gonna.
I'm sorry. Do you believe that they approached, whether it was the Dolphins about Jalen Waddle, or that Chris Olave of the Saints, or in a case of Garrett Wilson of the Jets? Do you believe they even talked to those teams about those
I do.
3 guys?
I do, yeah.
Okay, if you're doing that at the deadline, you are going to do something in the offseason.
They did it with Amari Cooper.
Yeah, but Amari Cooper's not those guys. He's a 3rd-round pick at the guy at the end of his career. I'm talking
But
about
they thought he was
prime. No, I'm talking about prime assets for prime players.
Salary cap, Mike.
Oh, that's right. Did hear too much about the cat today. Anyhow,
There are limitations. You
I'm
gotta
having
think about
yeah.
the cap this year and next year and in 2028.
And the reason we harp
Cap's
on
going to go
this,
up, by the way.
Yes, the reason we
It's
harp,
just-
harp
The
on this
2028 cap just went up.
is because we've seen the way it's ended, and then
Yeah.
everybody realizes it. So
How was the play, Mrs. Lincoln?
that actually fits.
That does.
Yeah. Congratulations.
That does. He did it.
We did it.
Um,
So yeah, comment in your thoughts. I know they did
Yeah.
the live show yesterday, and
Dan
there was
wasn't there and it was itching to be.
yeah, and family photos. Had to do it. Christmas cards are coming to a Buffalo Plus near you.
You did more than they did yesterday.
You're right. Got 3 kids all dressed. Comment in after hearing some of Beane's remarks and what your feeling is now afterwards. Because again, I'm not a fan of overpaying just to overpay. It's the same reason if you don't overdraft just for the sake of you really want the guy. Like there is something to that. So you give up a 1st-round pick for Shaheed.
No, that's just
Right.
bad use
Well, yes,
of your assets.
that's overpaying just to overpay.
You give up a first
Jenna
round
and I
pick.
are on the same page like so much for
Yeah,
recently.
that's
Wait a
crazy.
minute, what page are you not on? If you were willing to do that, now, if that's why I asked you that. If you're willing, those guys, it's prime assets.
But they
for him.
do this every
I don't think they do.
middle
that.
of the season. In
don't-
training camp, they say this is all going to work, and then they get to week 5 and 6, and they're like, "Oh crap, we need to trade for we need another weapon." It's Naeem Hines, it's Amari Cooper, it's Calvin Benjamin.
None of those guys are number ones.
I agree, but
That's
number
why I'm
ones
saying
don't
is-
come available in the middle of the season a lot.
That's why I asked if you thought they were actively going for mid-20-year-old number 1 receivers.
My head
No.
says yes. My heart just isn't
Okay,
ready to
so
be broken
Your
again.
head says yes.
Yeah, logically.
Oh,
Yeah.
like you're saying from
Mike's
your
make-
point of view.
Correct.
But
Mike
if you,
makes logical sense being like,
Yes.
hey, if they're
Yeah.
doing this now, they should do this in the offseason. I have thought that way years in the past, and they draft 1 wide receiver or it's a 7th rounder. And
So I hear that. So you have the expectation that it makes total sense. Do you think they will actually
No.
do that?
I don't think they'll actually do that.
I agree.
You know what it's going to take?
They're going to need linebackers.
You know
They're
what it's
need
gonna take?
Defensive line.
Yeah.
I'm pointing over there because that's where he said so. It's going to take 17 saying something.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Right there.
Right
Right there.
Yeah.
All right.
But even
Injuries.
that.
Oh, no, if he's like, I need help. They're
I'm
gonna do
curious
something.
what. And next year will show a lot about Keon and what they think of him.
Right. The next, 3 months is going to show a lot.
Yeah.
He's young.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get nervous saying these things.
I know we're
inside
in the building.
It's all relative. He's young. You guys are young. Certainly to me, you're young. When you're getting older, you too.
Okay, yeah, we get it. We'll also always be younger than you. which is
Yes,
awesome.
I know.
Yes.
Injuries.
Oh, I thought we weren't doing this now.
Injuries.
Oh, I thought we weren't doing this now.
Yeah, we could throw him in.
Okay.
Well, it's from today. James Cook, he was got to worry a little bit. Ankle, not
Ankle foot
practicing.
thing.
Ankle foot thing, yes. Flared up in the game, obviously finished the game. Soreness kind of is what Sean McDermott said. Breaking news, Josh Allen is confident if James Cook can't go in Ty Johnson and Ray Davis.
Joey Bosa, you noticed something during the game.
Yeah.
right?
During the game, I don't know if it was the first half or this. I just noticed in the second half him being in the defensive huddle, kind of holding his wrist.
I saw.
Obviously, he played throughout
Yeah,
it.
played well.
Remember,
yeah.
we were in the press box and
Yep.
I was like, he did something to his
We were in the
wrist.
press box.
He was holding his wrist
the
at one
field.
point. I assumed that he would come off. He did not, but that was something I did notice.
AJ Epinesa in concussion protocol did not practice either.
Yeah.
Commenting that he hit Patrick Mahomes so hard he concussed himself. Pretty
Such
good comment.
a good hit. That's very good.
Oh, that was a comment?
That was a comment.
Yeah.
Very funny.
That's
Yeah.
Also,
very
the-
funny.
The very funny, whenever I post Josh Allen throwing the footballs into the net, a lot of funny comments. Can the Nets run passes? The Nets, can they get open?
Ah, yes.
Would you give up a 1 for the Nets?
It's very funny. I find those.
That is
bravo
funny.
to you guys. I
Yeah.
find that funny.
Any other injuries of note? Well, there was just a lot.
Yeah, Taron Johnson. Still, we'll wait and see. I think it's still going to be a Cam
Yeah.
Lewis game.
Christian Benford also popped up on there.
Yeah, on the injury list.
Groin.
And then Josh Palmer was out there
Yes.
practicing, limited. So let's see if they can get him on the field.
Gabe was out there too.
Progressing.
Gabe was out there too.
So this Miami team, I think, is going to be. It's an interesting spot for
Gabe
Miami.
was out there, too.
And Mike, you asked the question to Sean about their fire sale. You called
Yeah.
them the mess that is in Miami. That is.
Well, I
named
didn't
the
say that
Dolphins.
to Sean.
No. That was in your newscast.
Hey, they're bad.
They're bad. And he
I
is
do
right.
think
We're
that there
just
is a little bit. I do think it does give them a little boost, in the sense of the guys that will be playing now will be fighting for jobs. They get paid too.
for the Dolphins, no doubt.
Like, it's shocking. They do get paid too, and
Yeah.
so I think there will be a little bit of a boost for Miami of they've gotten rid of some guys, and they literally are playing for their careers.
I'm going to disagree with that. I agree with that piece, but I just think
Oh, wait
that
a
this
minute.
is
Didn't we make this point to him when they
Yes.
played Miami the first time?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had no chance. Remember 0% chance?
I
Yeah.
will say this.
So
Bills
now you're
fans-
back up? Now I'm 0% chance.
See,
It's not
what I
zero.
said
Yeah.
was that Miami at that time was a bad team that didn't know they were a bad team.
They now know they're bad.
Now they know they're bad. That makes them dangerous.
That's crazy. I
Yeah.
just don't think there's enough cohesion for them to be actually
Yeah,
coordinated
and they
enough
just
to
traded
win.
Jalen Phillips, and they got rid of, or Tyreek is hurt. There's a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
other things
Fired their
going on.
GM.
Yeah.
And done all that. But, yeah.
Okay, what were you going to say?
Oh, no, it was nothing. It's just interesting the way his mind works. It fascinates me.
Gabe Davis was back at practice.
Pittsford Pub. Thursday. Make sure you're there.
We'll be there.
Do you think
No.
Brandon Beane looks at Gabe coming
don't
in
know.
though as, oh, we got this
I don't know
guy
how
coming in.
Brandon Beane looks at Gabe Davis.
If he never
That's
played,
the play this way. That's
if
the
he
way-
never played for the Bills before, I think the thought would be different. He'd been a guy, been in the league, had some success in other places. You bring him in. It's like I said, if you traded for Josh Palmer yesterday
You
at
would
the
be
deadline,
excited.
people would be excited about it. But it's a matter of getting them out there, making it work. Look, Gabe's not ready to play yet. I think that's been pretty clear. I don't think he's playing this week either. It just feels like it. I don't know if they want him out there yet. I think he's a veteran who's
Jacksonville
been
is
around.
trading for wide receivers, and
Yeah.
they're paying Gabe Davis to not be in their building.
There's other
That's
players.
all you need. That's
Well,
all
it's
I. That's all I need
also
to
a
know.
new.
It
it's,
is.
It's a new regime down there. It's different.
Same with Jordan Poyer, Jordan Phillips, all those guys. That doesn't mean they can't contribute, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right. Coming to Pittsford Pub in Rochester, in Pittsford, LOL.
Yes.
Tomorrow we'll be there 5 to 7, meet and greet, 7 to 8. We're going to be doing the podcast. We would love to see you all. We appreciate it.
Can we not talk about Gabe?
Oh,
And the
I'm
live pod?
absolutely going to bring it up. There's
Yeah.
other things too that I haven't discussed.
Oh, that you're going to bring up
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get him going?
Yeah.
Man. If
Also,
you,
I was right about. I think I was right about the continental U.S.
yes, it's contiguous.
I was right.
We
Yeah,
should have
I
ended
think
the
you're
video.
right.
I think I was right.
I know.
I don't think that's.
Yeah.
People don't. No, I'm still going to say you're wrong.
It's not connected, but it's on the same continent.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you say continental U.S., no one is thinking of Alaska.
It is contiguous, though. That is the word. I believe we
I
got.
saw that word and I was like, nope.
I saw that people were correcting us, and I just dismissed it.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That's
Comment
most of the
in-
comments that I do.
Comment in if you think you understand how Dan's mind works.
I know. I know how it works.
You actually do know.
I do.
Probably the
Scary,
best.
isn't it?
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right.
Also, I want this on the record. I am younger than Matt Prater.
Is that the only player?
Well, no, people.
You don't have big feet.
And I have normal size feet. I'm 5'10". I have size 10 feet, so that's normal. So someone said I had clown shoes, and I just have regular shoes.
That hurt.
It triggered me.
Yeah. We talked about it quite a bit on the drive up.
Yeah. She was very defensive.
I was like, I have normal size feet. Okay. All right, we're going to wrap up. Please be
Got
sure
off
to
the rails there a little bit.
comment and subscribe. For Dan and Mike, I'm Jenna. We'll
Thanks
catch you
for
next time here on the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel.
Gabe Davis.
Thanks for sticking with us.